All right, good afternoon, everybody. Just a bit of a sound check here. Just type in the chat if you can hear me. Okay, perfect. All right, so this afternoon we're going to start off where we left off yesterday, and that was with counters. But before that, I want to walk us through. I'll just start the recording here. So before we get into counters, I'd like to walk us through a setup again, because what we're going to be doing this afternoon is our first and probably second lab out of our lab book for PLCs. And to do so, you're going to have to VPN in to our lab and open up the software, create a project, and so on and so forth. So what I'm going to do again is I'm going to walk through that step by step. But when you're in the lab, you can use yesterday's class as a bit of a tutorial or guide you through that. You'll also have all the other people that are in that particular group helping you through that as well. So what I'm going to do here is share my screen. All right, so when you VPN into our classroom, you're going to go workspace.bcit.ca, log in the same as you would log in through the Learning Hub. And here's what's going to be important for today. Only the person who is running the tutorial should open RS Studio. RS Studio, we have about 50 licenses, but they're what's called server-based licenses. And when you choose one off the server, you take the highest order license. And I think we only have about 20 of the full version licenses. And that's what you're going to need. So if we have, let's say, 6 groups, it won't be a problem. In fact, we could probably even change the moderator around a couple times in each group, and we could still have use those licenses. One thing I would say is if you're the moderator and you want to give somebody else the opportunity to be the moderator and they're going to open a license, what you should do is close yours. Don't just leave it open. Actually physically go in and close it. If you close it, it should return the license back to the server. So once you VPN in and you're looking at one of our 2 classrooms, 141 or 116, you'll see a desktop that has Studio 5000 on it. If you do not see Studio 5000, then you can go down to your Windows icon. You can look for Rockwell software, and under that you will see Studio 5000 here somewhere. Might have already passed it. Right there, Studio 5000. Okay, so it's on the desktop, and also you can use your Windows icon. Now, first thing you're going to want to do is open Studio 5000, create a new project, choose Logix, and now you have to pick the processor you have. We've set it up so it will default to the right processor. The right processor is 1756L71, which is the one that's already highlighted. And now we'll give it a name, and I'll call this example. Hit next, hit finish. And then RS Studio will open up. This will generally take 2 or 3 minutes to open up, so don't panic if you don't see it open up right away. It's got a couple things it has to do through the server, find the license and whatnot. So just be patient while that opens up. All right, now first thing you want to do is make sure you have communication with your controller. So to find out if you have communication with your controller, we're going to go up here to where it says communication. Now your lab describes how to do this as well. We go up here to where it says communication and who active. And what we should be looking for is Ethernet AB, which is right here. AB, Ethernet, IP, Ethernet. That's that one right there. And when we expand that, we can see all of our devices that are connected to this subnet. If by chance you don't see that, the lab will explain how to install it, but I'll just walk through it right here. So let's pretend we didn't see that. Didn't see that right there. So what we would do then is we would go open up RS links classic. So we would open up RS links classic. And then we would hit communication, configure drivers. So I can see that it's here, right there, Ethernet, and it's running. If it wasn't there, you would have to choose Ethernet IP driver and hit add new, and then it would be there. Okay, so these are all things that that are written in the lab, but also if you forget, and all of the people in your group forget, just jump out, get me, and then I will come in and walk you through it. Okay, so now we assume the driver is connected. We can establish communication. Now I'm going to use 110. So I expand the processor, I expand the backplane, I highlight the processor, and then I hit download. So essentially what I'm doing here is just I'm connecting this terminal, this computer, to that PLC. So it'll take a second here. I haven't created a program. I haven't done anything. All I did was I downloaded essentially nothing to the controller. So each group will have an IP address based on their group number. Group 1 will be 100. Group 2 will be 120. Group 3 will be 130, and so on and so forth. So I'm using 110. And I don't assign that to any group. That way I can use it. It'll be free, and I can use it as an example. So if you get mixed up and you use somebody else's PLC, you'll kick them off it, and that happens. That'll happen. So group 1 will be 100. Group 2 will be 120. Group 3 will be 130, and so on and so forth. And I'll list those again. Okay, so now to install the module. So far we have. Okay. First of all, I can see that the controller's okay, and I'm in program mode. I'm not actually in run mode, but I should still be able to discover the modules. So I'm not running, I'm just in program mode. And if I wanted to install all of my inputs and outputs, I would do it this way. You just simply hit create and OK. Create and OK. Okay, all I did there was I installed my output module and I installed my input module. What slot, based on what you see here, what slot is my input module in? Based on what you see here, what slot is my input module in? Slot 2, perfect. Okay. So now I'm going to write a very simple program. And I want to show you something. So see how there's eyes right here? There's eyes right there. That means that I'm trying to program it when it's online, and I stands for impending. Means I can't write a program while this is online without following some steps. So what I'm going to get everybody to do is when you're writing a program, go offline. So when I go offline, those eyes don't disappear. So I'm going to right click and delete that rung. And then add it again. Now when I add it, the eyes are gone. So now I can create a program. I have an input and I have an output, and I'll have an input turn on an output. So I'll have input 5 turn on output 7. Now watch when I hit enter, what happens to this X. That X disappeared, which means I have no syntax problems with that particular line, and I could download and run this if I want. Download. All right. Now I can see that there's no green bar right here. When this is in run mode, you will see a green bar. So if I go up here, I can see, oh, this is still in program mode. So I'm going to stick it in run mode. There, now it's in run mode. Now, in reality, there would be something wired to input 5, and I could trigger that device, which would make this instruction true. And if this instruction is true, I jump to the next logical instruction, which is the output, and that becomes true. So if input 5 was wired to a stop button and I'm not pressing the stop button, would output 7 be on? Yes or no? So if I had input 5 wired to a stop button, would output 7 be on? Yes or no? I'll do the run mode thing in a second, but let's just answer this one first. So, right, output 7 would be on. A stop button is always wired, normally fill in the blank. Closed, yep. A stop button is always wired normally closed, and that's for safety reasons. The idea there is if a wire falls off a stop button, it would have the same consequence as actually pressing the stop button. Okay, so once again, I'm going to go offline here. I'm going to go offline. So to go in run mode, I go download. Sometimes it will automatically kick it in run mode. Sometimes I actually have to choose run mode. So I downloaded it. Sometimes they'll give me the choice. Do you want to go and run? And you can hit yes, and it'll automatically put you there. Sometimes it doesn't give you that choice. Right now, yeah. So it says, do you want to change the controller back to remote run? Yes, I do. And there you go. If it didn't give me that choice, then I would go over to communication and then hit run mode. Okay, so if I force this on and then toggle it, or enable forces, I should say, I can notice under controller tags in my register associated with my inputs, I can see, now this is really small from your perspective, but if I count over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, the 6th bit over is a 1, and that's in my input. And then in my output, it should be my 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. My 8th bit over is a 1. So these are the registers associated with my outputs. These are the registers associated with my inputs. So yesterday we looked at some different instruction sets. Today I want to finish up that with the counter. I'm going to get our notes out here. Somewhere, what did I do with the notes? Notes and PowerPoints. Okay, in our notes, it says this. Counters, up and down. The CTU instruction counts up, and the CTD instruction counts down. Both CTU and CTD have the following bits associated with them. Okay, so just like the timer had EN, TT, and DN, and then it had the preset and accumulator. This has a preset and accumulator as well. The preset is what you want to count to, and the accumulator is whatever the current count is at. You have a bunch of bits associated with this: CU, done, OV, and UN. There should be a UV there as well. So you have an overflow bit and an underflow. Oh no, this is the UN. The bit here that we're most interested in is the done bit, the .dn. The done bit indicates that the accumulator is greater than or equal to the preset. Okay, so if I want to count to 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, as soon as I get to that fifth count, then my done bit will become true. Okay, so one of the assignments I used to give in the automated controls program is a parking lot. And the idea behind the parking lot is you have an entrance and you have an exit. On the entrance of the parking lot, there's an inductive coil in the pavement or concrete, which would tell the controller that there's something there that's metal. There would also possibly be a weight switch, maybe not, but there could be a weight switch to tell you that it's metal and it's heavy. There could also even be a photo eye. So there's something there, it's metal and it's heavy. And that would indicate to the controller to open the door provided the parking lot wasn't full. So you have you have an entrance and you have an exit. And the idea would be when the parking lot is full, you disable the entrance and you leave the exit enabled. When the parking lot is full, you'd also turn on some sort of indicator to tell the general public that this parking lot is full, parking lot full sign. So we'll just do a little piece of that using counters. So if I go to timer counter, I have CTU and I have CTD. I'm going to put a photo eye in and a photo eye out. And then I'll turn on a light when the parking lot is full. Right there. Okay, so now I'm going to create some tags. So we're going to create all of our tags under controller tags. So I'm going to go edit tags. I'm going to go in photo eye. I'm going to assign that to a real input. 3. Okay, in photo eye. Is that a base tag or an alias tag based on what we looked at yesterday? Is that a base tag or alias tag in photo eye? Alias, good. Yeah, because it's a tag that represents something external. Then I'll put out photo eye. I'll have that as input, say 4. I'll put parking lot full. That can be an output. That's just a light. Okay. What was the data type for timer? Does anybody remember? What was the data type for timer? Perfect, timer. So what do you think the data type is for counter? Perfect. All right. So we're going to go back to controller tags, edit tags. Now I'm going to create a variable or a tag name. I'm going to call it parking lot. And it's going to be of data type counter. Is this a base tag or alias tag? Base. Yep. It represents something internal. Now watch what happens when I expand parking lot. I have preset, I have accumulator, I have the count up bit, the count down bit, the done bit, the overflow, and the underflow. So I have the preset and accumulator are double integers. So that means how high can I count? Well, 2 to the power of 32 minus 1 divided by 2. Because I can count 0 is my center point. I can count to a positive number, and I can count to a negative number. So I can count up to 2,147,483,647, and I can count down to 2,147,483,647. Once I exceed one of those, then I would trigger either the underflow or overflow bit, and I would count again. So in reality, you can count to almost 4.25 billion is what you can count to with a counter. Okay, so now I'm going to assign my instructions. This was in photo I. This was out photo I. This is parking lot full. This is parking lot. Now watch what's going to happen here. What I have two counters, CTU, CTD, but I'm going to reference the same tag. So if I made this, let's say I want to count to 5. Watch what happens when I assign the down counter to parking lot. It automatically sets the preset to 5 because I'm only incrementing or decrementing one register. I have a 32-bit register. It's a signed integer, which means the last bit is represents positive or negative. And I'm incrementing or decrementing just that one register. Okay, so the idea here is when this done bit is true, then it turns the parking lot full sign on. So I'm looking for the done bit for parking lot. It's right there. All right. Now the idea here is when I trigger this photo I increment parking lot register accumulator. When I trigger the out photo I decrement. So if I download and run this, okay, so I'm going to force this on, and then I'll enable the forces. Okay, then I'll force it off. So each time I change the state of that input, it increments the accumulator. You'll notice the done bit is still false because the accumulator is not greater than or equal to the preset. So when I force this one on, I should decrement the the accumulator. And you'll notice I can go to a negative number here. So if you were writing this in reality, you would write something in here that says if the accumulator is less than 1, less than 0, then you have a problem. You're going to have to set an alarm or something to check what's going on. Okay, so I'm going to force that off. Now I'm going to toggle this one past the preset. Okay, so when I force it this next time, then the accumulator will be equal to the preset, so it should drive the done bit true. So when I force that on, I can see the done bit is true. And then as I keep toggling that, all that does is increase the accumulator, and the done bit stays true. Now there's also a reset bit associated with this, so I could add in a rung here. Oops. And I could get a reset bit. And create a tag here. I'll call it reset.
Wouldn't it be a base type because it's internal?
No, I'm using a button to reset it.
Okay.
All right, so the idea here is there's a reset bit. The reset bit tag name is parking lot. And if I initiate this reset button, so this could be a button inside your kiosk, which resets the count to 0. So I force that on, and then yeah, so I just I toggled that on, which reset the accumulator back to 0. Blah, 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 blah. How many? So this is now I'm going to ask you a couple questions here. How many instructions do I see in this program? How many instructions are in this program? I see 4. I see 2. I see 3. Keep going. Higher. Play the prices right here. 6. Higher. Higher. There we go. All right. So everything you see here is an instruction. In photo, this is an examine on instruction. This is a count up instruction. This is a examine on instruction, a count down instruction, examine on, output instruction, input instruction, examine on, and a reset instruction. Everything you see there is an instruction. Okay. How many instructions here would be considered alias tags? How many instructions here would be considered alias tags? 4. You got it. Okay, so in photo eye, out photo eye, parking lot, output, and the reset bit. Those are all alias tags. Yeah. Okay, so how many are base tags? Well, the balance of them would be base tags. What does data 3 represent with respect to info to Y? What is data 3? Be careful how you say that. That's a bit of a trick question. It is input 3. Data 3 is input 3. Input 3. Is it the third input? That's a bit of a trick question, isn't it? Because where does Rockwell start their count? At 0. Yeah. So if you would have said data 3 represents input 3, that's right. Third input. No, it's actually the fourth input because we start at input 0. Yeah. Yeah. So the idea there is if you have the input module, the door open, and you're going to terminate the wire, which terminal do you terminate it under? Well, you terminate it under the fourth terminal down, because terminal 1 would be input 0, terminal 2 would be input 1, and so on and so forth. What else we got here? Okay, so I'm going to go offline here for a second. And I'm going to create a tag called bool in 5. I'm going to make it a bool. Okay, so see how I did that? I just double clicked on controller tags and I created a tag called bool in 5 and I made it of data type bool. Is this a base tag or alias tag? Alias, are we sure? Does this I'm not assigning it to any input or output. So this is a base tag. And now I'm going to call this bool out 6, let's say. And I'm going to assign that to a bool. Okay. I want to connect this PLC to our virtual factory. So what I'm going to do is open up Factory IO. So hopefully everybody's had the opportunity to do the tutorial with Factory IO. These first 2 or 3 labs is just getting familiar with the software. It'll take a little bit to do this. So I'm going to go to scenes. I'm going to pick a scene, the converge station right there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to connect, when I push this button, I want the reset light come on. So the idea here is when I push that start button, I want the reset light come on. So I'm going to go File, Drivers. I'm going to assign the PLC to Allen Bradley Logix 5000. And then I said bool in 5. So I can see bool in 5 is my start button. Okay, that's good. What did I say my output was? Bool out 6. I said it was bool out 6. So my reset light right now is bool out 12. So I'm going to drag that and drop it there. So all I did was I switched them around. So now bool out 5. No, that wasn't it, was it? What was it? No, bool out 6, sorry. So my reset light will be bool out 6 right there. So I assign my start button as bool in 5. My reset light is bool out 6. I set my Allen Bradley Logix 5000 PLC. Now I have to go to configuration and put in my host IP address, which is 142.232.195.110. Okay. All right. I didn't download this yet, though. So I got to go here, and I'm going to create a program that'll make this happen. So I'm going to go there and there. This will be bool in 5. This will be bool out 6. I'm going to download and run it. Now I'm going to connect. So when I connect, it should recognize bool in 5 and bool out 6, and it does. So you can see how these are highlighted. So I know it recognizes it. So now I'm going to go back to my console. I'm going to hit the run switch. And when I push this light, I should see the light come on. Okay, so that's working as it should. And when I push this, I can see my input true and my output true. Now here's a point I want to make. Watch what I'm going to do here. So I'm going to go back to my PLC program. I'm going to go offline. I'm going to add in a rung. And now I'm going to go edit tags, and I'll go bool in 4. And bool out 9. Okay, so I added a couple more. I added bool in 4, bool out 9. When I go up here, I'm going to go bool in 4, bool out 9. Okay, so what I did there is I added 2 more things, bool in 4, bool out 9. Now when I go back to factory IO, and I go back to drivers, bool in 4 is my at exit, but let's make that my stop button. So bool in 4 will now be my stop button. And bool out 9 will be my, let's do start light. Okay. So now when I go here, I push the start button, my reset button works. Oh, sorry, I forgot to download this. So I'm going to download this. Okay, so this is downloaded and running. And now when I push my, oh, nothing seems to work anymore. The point here is this. When you make any changes with your program, you need to disconnect and then reconnect. See, now that I've disconnected and I've reconnected, it goes back and it looks at the controller, and I can see, yeah, bool in 4, bool out 9. So when I go over here, oops. Oh, this may have just crashed, did it? Yeah, it's not letting me get over there. Anyway, the point being, anytime you make any changes to your program, you have to disconnect factory IO and reconnect it. So I think what I'm going to do now is I'm going to break off everybody into their groups, and you can start with lab 1. So lab 1 is simply just taking your VPNing into our system and having your controller make contact, and that's about it. I'm going to break us off into groups. All right, so away we go. So when you have any issues or problems or questions,
You are currently the only person in this conference.
All right.
You are now unmuted.
Are you down to run the ship then, or do you have a good idea? Or? Well, I think everyone was. I think so. I actually have the book. Yeah. Which I don't even think if it's the right thing. Where is it? I'll have a look. Ooh. Guide train? Oh yeah, okay, yeah. Yeah, okay, I'll go open that. If it works for you, do whatever works. Oh yeah, fuck. Yeah. Well, we can always just look at our own too, because we're not running the actual program at the same time, right? Yeah, do whatever works for you.
I'm good with that.
Okay. Two. So we're in room 2. So 120, right? I'm pretty sure. I don't. I thought he. Is this the IP or?
Yeah, he said that it should be already there.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. I think something went wrong. Try to open it again. I just don't know how to do it from there.
It shouldn't matter what the name is, as long as it has one.
Nope, still same problem.
You have to. Just a warning window will pop up. Read a warning message and click upload. So I guess we can click on select file.
And the project and PLC. There is no projects though.
Oh, funky.
I think yesterday when I tried this, it worked.
Yeah, I tried it too, and it worked too.
Yeah, I didn't get this pop-up.
You're just not getting the warning pop up, right?
It says just can't find the file.
No.
So
Should we try and get Clarence up in here?
We should.
Hey,
I think one of us has to get a chat group too. Get
I'll
Clarence in
I'll
here.
I'll bop into the other one.
All right.
How are we making out?
There we go.
Hey.
Hello. So okay. So what have we done so far? We're okay. Now you're uploading. Is that what you want to do, or do you want to download?
I'm just following the instructions.
Yeah.
Okay. 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 Oh yeah. No. At the pop-up window, you can select the CPU and hit upload. Okay. So you're going to take whatever's on that controller, and you're going to bring it to your screen. Now, the thing is, the server is pretty slow right now because everybody's on it. So you just have to kind of be a little bit patient when you click the button to just let it do its thing.
We did, but it tells us that it can't find the file.
Oh, really? Okay,
Yeah.
let's
So-
see what.
Yeah.
Let's just give it a second and see what it says. Okay, hit select file. Now you're gonna so that's and then hit select.
There's nothing there.
No, you have to hit select. There you go. So what it did is it said, okay, here's what's there, and where do you want to put it? Now you're putting it in wherever that says. Yeah, hit yes.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, so now you're uploading everything that's currently on that particular controller.
Okay.
Yep. So you created, this is called Lab 1, and you have your output and your input module installed.
Okay.
So there you go.
All right. Thank you.
All right, no problem.
See?
All right. I guess that's it. So it says program is here.
Are we only doing until part B?
Until where?
Oh, I don't know. Oh, never mind.
I'm not too sure what I'm doing as well, so
That's okay. Um,
Menu. Yeah, I think part C is something else, right?
part C. I think that's what we're starting
I-
on.
yeah, I think that's what we're just. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
because we finished the whole warning thing.
Yeah.
So this is at the controller, Windows Select Revision 32. Do I have to make a new one? Oh, I do. Okay. So this one. Revision 32. Zero. Did I miss a step?
I have a blank page or something on mine. Fuck.
See, at the controller. Okay, I did that. Choose slot number 0, then press finish, and the project is now created below. Okay. It says click on this and press discover module, which is grayed out.
Maybe go. Oh yeah.
What's with these instructions?
I don't know. Not the greatest.
And the book is different.
What book are you guys talking about?
Oh no, yo, that was straight for the electronics lab thing, like not for this bit.
Oh, okay. Because he also has a.
This one's on the D2L under PLC topic 4
labs.
lab 1.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess I'll go check that out.
Yeah,
Yeah, because after step 3 is different on the book.
yeah.
So
I didn't even know it was
what
the
should I
same
do
first
now?
fuck. So you got the revision or you did the select controller, all that shit.
Yeah.
Did the chassis.
So it shows there where it shows like project 1.
Yeah.
Here's what I named it. It says go to this guy right here, press discover module.
Yeah. Fuck.
Doesn't exist. Do I have to download something here? I don't think so.
You can save the project.
What does the Discord chat say?
Oh fuck. Have a look.
Can't even get into Studio 5000.
This is some gypsy shit.
Okay, chat's not very helpful.
No.
Just wondering,
Uh,
you are offline.
Yeah,
I
I think
don't
it's
know.
supposed to be offline right now because we're not connected. Like,
But
not connected to the
power
factory IO.
is- Sorry?
Because it's not connected to the factory IO, so it's offline.
Okay.
Yeah, so if
Because
you look at step
power
2 over here,
is-
it'll show offline. It's probably really small for some of you guys.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's offline. Yeah, you're right. But then number 3, it says RIM program, something. I don't know. So other than the offline.
Controller.
Try hitting new projects again. Try doing this again.
just run it back.
I don't know.
Position and chassis.
Nope, still not there.
Uh, do we need Coach Clarence again, or?
I can't even go online.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know. Yeah, we probably need Clarence again.
Yeah. Okay. I already sent him a message. We'll see.
Okay.
It's tough because we're like, it's not like you're fucking up any of the instructions. Like,
It's just not showing up as shows here.
hey, Clarence.
All right.
Hello again.
Okay, so we're back in room 2. And
Yeah.
so we're
We're on
going
part
back.
C.
Okay, so the only way you can discover the modules is if you're actually online. So what you'd have to do is go up there to communication or download. Now you have to establish a path though. So you're gonna have to go communication, who's active,
Okay.
and now you got to find your PLC. So this is group 2. So it'd be there you go. So you expand that, expand the backplane, highlight the processor. And now you can hit download. Yep. Now and then just hit download. So basically, all you're doing right here is downloading nothing. You're just establishing communication with the controller. And then once you have communication, the program here can see what is actually on the backplane. So now, if you right-click on that backplane and hit Discover Modules, now it takes a second to load up. You're just going to have to wait here for a second. There we go. So now it'll load up, and now you can create your modules by just simply hitting Create.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So the biggest thing there is you have to be online for that. Yeah.
So how you put it online, sorry, again? Communication and then what?
Yeah. Communication, who's active, and then you find your controller, and then hit download.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
So you're right.
Yeah. So now the thing is, when you want to actually put a program in, you're going to have to go offline to do that. So you can install your modules online and then go offline to actually write a program.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
No problem.
Are we creating all these?
Uh,
Well, I need to give them a name. I hear an ambulance.
yeah.
Well, it's me.
That is loud. I guess I'll follow these names over here.
Yeah.
They're the
Guess that
same
would be the
ones.
simplest thing to do.
Yeah. So this one's relay out.
And DC in, DC out.
That's not on there.
Uh,
What happened here?
oh. I don't know.
Wasn't finished. So OF4 and this guy. It's not on the list.
Yeah. These ones got like OF8 or whatever the fuck.
Yeah. So one's relay out, DC in, DC out, analog in. Maybe this is analog out. Oh yeah, it is. I guess.
Yeah.
Oh look, they gave you the instructions to how to turn it online.
Yeah. Part D.
On part D. I guess that's the end of it. For part 1.
I think so.
Oh, okay.
Do you know if we're supposed to continue the next one, or are we supposed to wait?
We should do the next one, yeah. I'll let you guys have a better idea.
I don't know how much time is left over.
A lot, I would
80
say.
minutes.
80
Yeah.
minutes.
Fuck. Where's the next one at?
Okay. Oh.
Oh, the next one is with factory IO.
Oh, okay, so now what, they combine now, or?
Yeah, I guess
I
we
guess
have we
so.
have to make them talk.
It's kind of cool. I was fucking around with Factory IO and I couldn't make anything work, and I didn't know why.
I only played around with it for a bit and I just stopped. So, oh, there's just one of you two,
Is it just opening it up
and like just playing around with it.
uh,
Converge station. This is the one that he wanted.
Yeah, seems like it.
Alright, delete all other parts except for the control box and the stander. Group together. Do I really want to do that? This thing is so small. Oh, wait. Slow.
oh yeah.
Can't even turn around. Alright, in part D, the input and output components are tested manually. Test the components at the control box.
Input, output.
Too bad I can't rotate my screen.
Is it right click?
Yeah, I'm trying to do that, but because it's so slow that everything is kind of laggy.
Yeah, this program's kind of fucky.
It's the whole like VPNing thing, and I guess so many people connected to it.
Yeah, it's probably fucking it up.
Try using a different view. There's 3 buttons up there for view.
There's the fly camera, but I do first person. But I still can't turn around.
Try the one on the left, the one with the circle with the arrow.
Circle with the arrow. Yeah, this is the one I'm currently on, where it puts you at default. And it's not letting me turn the screen around at all.
Okay, I don't know.
Yeah. Toolbar, press view. Dock all tags. Not sure what happened to my list of items.
Yeah,
It's
I was
gone.
just trying to read that.
It's gone. That's not it.
So I figured it out. You could actually like when to rotate, just hold you have to use your
The right
right
mouse button. Yeah, it's not
Yeah.
rotating, that's why.
Ah,
Yeah. I've been trying to
is
do
that
that.
what you-
So you
Okay.
see that little circle that pops up in the middle there?